This is the first time both of the girls have been out here in the RV together at any one time since I've had them. Spirit's been out here probably more than Ember. So Ember's got to check everything out, looking underneath the carpet, sniffing everywhere, just inspecting it since she rode home from Colorado in it as a pup. So we're going to do our overnighters out here in the driveway, boondocking per se, and hopefully it'll go okay. The dogs will settle in to their different locations, like one over there where Spirit is, and then one right here where I'm sitting in this corner is where the two dogs I previously had would settle. And I had a nice middle area here. My blankets are here. I got the sleeping bag thrown up in the corner here to protect the pillow and that. Hey, what are you doing? Sniffing my PJs? You're just inspecting everything, aren't you, Ember? Hey, come on. Ember's very inquisitive. Spirit is pretty laid back. So, yeah, we're gonna come out here for the next couple of nights during the late evening or early evening, late afternoon, whatever, dusk, and just get used to sleeping overnight out here. Now you can't sleep there, that's my spot. You're gonna sleep on the other side. I'm gonna have to condition them to sleep where I need them to sleep and not on top of me like logs. That's a totally different game. Starting out with two pups under a year old. When I did this, after I got my used RV and started upgrading it to the way I wanted it for my retirement, my dogs I had then were 8 years old. This is totally different, starting this kind of lifestyle with two pups under a year old. So they've got a long ways to go. If this goes well, we're going to do this a couple times out here, a few nights, 2-4 nights or so, depends on how things work out. And if that seems to work out and they're settled in, we're taking off and we're going to go do some actual campouts for 2 days or 2 nights, 3 days up in the National Forest campgrounds, at least 2 different times. And if that works out fine, the plan is to pack up and head out on a longer trip as we explore the southern Washington coast and the Oregon coast. And just give the dogs a good taste of what traveling with me in this RV is going to be like in the long term. So I hope you guys will stick around for that. So rather than waste any more of your time, let's get this video started, and we'll pick up when we're out here this evening for our first overnighter boondocking in the driveway. Okay? So here we go. Well, it's somewhere around 7 a.m. We spent the night out here. At 3 a.m., we finally went back in the house. Ember was whining. Spirit was walking all over my face because Ember was upset. And it just was not a pleasant night out here. It's made me realize my failure in training the pups when they were much younger, because I fell into the usual Pacific Northwest seasonal depression or whatever it's called. And man, I tell you, being retired and staying up here during the winters, it's just gotten worse with me. So I tell you, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not spending another crappy 6 months of gloom and doom up here in the Pacific Northwest being retired. Hell no. It just eats away at my soul. So anyway, some of the things I tried here last night, bringing out the big pad here that was in Spirit's pin. She likes it cool. And I try to make it comfortable for her, and she doesn't, shall I say, appreciate it. Then I'm looking at how these blankets worked underneath me. I'm going with all the action going on here. They moved all over the place. I slept well, though. I really did. I just got to find that spot where my butt sinks into that place in the cushions that supports my butt and my lower back. I must have found it because I slept fairly well. Really well. I felt good. So I'm going to come out here and kind of strip this down as far as what I have out here for the dogs to sleep on, and just see if they like sleeping on the couch as is, you know? They're dogs. They're not kids. So, yeah, it makes me wonder. But one thing I know, I got to do a damn better job of snapping out of this Northwest winter funk and get down to training my pups. Hell of a lot better. And get them grounded so they obey like my old ones did. Tell you, this lifestyle in retirement after my last 2 dogs I had for over 15 years in a totally different lifestyle, you know, energy-wise and everything. I swear, this radical prostatectomy I had that got screwed up has sapped so much of my energy out of me. So I got to find my mojo. I got to get it back in me. I got to secure it, pump it up, strengthen it. And I think going forward, I will. But anyway, shit. Thank God we got sunshine. It's starting to hang out more and more. And the crappy weather doesn't last as long in between the sun breaks. So anyway, yeah, things aren't turning out the way I'd hoped. I have these grandiose plans and then reality hits. You know, it's just life. So, sorry everybody if these last videos have been, I don't know, half-ass, piss-ass, whatever you want to call them. This is real life. It's not a fancy YouTube channel that shows you the wonderfulness of going through all this in old age retirement. So, if you want reality, stick with us. That's what you're going to get. Okay, so, everything in here works. I've been real happy with it. Checking out the radio and TV and everything. Think of it. Put this back where it belongs. I'll drive myself nuts if I don't have things back where they belong. So, okay. What am I going to do next? Well, what I'm going to do next is, of course, work my butt off and train, baby, train. And I don't know if I'm just going to jump into the fire and go out to the campgrounds here in the Cascades, to a national forest campground that I like. I need to do that in June here, because the place I want to go to is first come, first serve. And then after that, everything has to be reservations. And these dumbasses that go out there and pitch a tent Thursday, save their spot, then don't show up until Friday night, ought to be severely fined and their stuff trashed. one thing that burns my ass, it's people that cut corners and cheat the game when everyone else is working their ass off to do things right. We need harsher penalties. Hit them where it hurts. Either highly financial fines or jail time. Quit patting these criminals on the hand and sending them away. They got too much of that from their mommies. So that's my feeling on the state of laws. Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I gotta get some things out of here, rethink this, come up with a plan to train my dogs better, and figure out what my next move is. So, I'm just frustrated right now, and very, very tired. I didn't get much sleep. Like I said, we went home, went back in the house at 3 a.m. And, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna get busy, rearrange my thoughts, rearrange my plan, look at the calendar, figure out a time period that I have left to do what I want. We eventually will get on the road traveling within this area and beyond. It's just like I said when I first did this, my last 2 dogs, when I got this used RV and started fixing it up, my dogs back then were already 8 years old, long, well trained. This time, I've got 2 pups that I got at 8 weeks old. I've had them 24/7, and it's totally different than a life I led 16, 17 years ago. Without further ado, we wish you happy trails and woof woof. Catch you later.